Hello. Good evening. It's quite daunting being this size. Cool. How is everybody? Evening. Kev is here with me.
Hello.
And yeah, we're gonna try and paint a spaceship, I guess. It's all a bit nerve-wracking.
It's a little bit. Well, we haven't got the patter of George. You see.
That's it.
This, I'm sure getting sorted eventually. But
Cool. Well,
so, hi Archdim. Hello Paul.
I guess we'll flick across to the split screen.
To the
No
split
point
screen. Yeah. Well,
chilling here for this little.
so what are you going to do tonight then?
I am gonna paint a Kimagila, maybe.
So look at this. I'm already.
Already there.
Look
Wicked.
at that.
It does look alright. So this was
Hi Lee.
the original Nim that I painted when I first got here. It was alright, so I'm going to try and match that same colour scheme. I don't know, I don't have his 20-minute chat. What would he normally do? How is everybody?
There's,
We're stopped already.
Strangely enough, I'm also stopped. We're probably going to need some, what was it, topics for conversation as we go through this afternoon. There's,
I mean,
I don't know about you, but I've never been one for really small talk.
Yeah.
I actually have to have something to say.
I don't know. So, I am that person that everybody avoids at the bus stop because, especially around the village, I'll just stand there and start talking to all of the random village folk, and you can see them like, I don't really want to be here talking to this guy anymore, but I'm polite.
How is the George household without George? Very quiet. Yes.
Yes.
It's not, well, there's no dogs.
There's no dogs.
No Scarlet.
Yeah.
No George.
Exactly. In fact, it got to a point. On the first night that they left, I finished work, I came home, I made myself dinner. Perfect. I had a glass of Coke. And the glass of Coke was so loud, I needed to go put the radio on to just have something that wasn't this aggressive fizzing in the corner. But yeah, no, it's nice, it's relaxed. It's always relaxed. Yeah. I could make Kev. Do you want to just sit here and try and turn these into dreads while
no, you've got the wrong bloke for that. Hello, Commander X. How are we doing?
Right. Cool. Should we paint a spaceship?
Yeah, let's paint a spaceship. So
right.
You've already primed it, I guess.
I have, yeah.
Chaos Black.
Super.
Or is it half?
Yeah. No. This is Chaos Black.
Chaos Black.
I don't prime in anything that isn't Chaos Black. It's just this weird, like, almost OCD that I have.
Yeah.
But first thing I'm gonna do is a little bit.
Oh, Rasta says you're doing amazing.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it. How's it going? It's all right. Nothing's
gone wrong
yet. Yeah.
If something goes wrong and I'm at the control panel, this could be catastrophic.
I can fix all of this. Will there be Wolf Grey?
Wolf Grey.
I don't know. Maybe.
This isn't Rasta Mace painting,
yeah,
is it?
Exactly. And like, all of his paints are lined up nicely, and it's really intimidating. I just use like GW stuff. I'm still a scrub. I don't. I don't go that far. So, I think the first thing I got to do is this split down the middle between the two colours. So I'm gonna pick. There's like an armor panel here. And I'm going to pick this and just get on camera. And just put a line across it with a pencil.
See, you're very brave.
Cheers, Kev. You're shaking my confidence now.
No. I mean, you are very brave.
What's that painting here?
Well, it's just, I'm not sure. I like painting, but I'm not sure.
Painting in this household is always intimidating because, you're sitting there and George will be looking at me like, what's he doing? But in my head, he's like grading a test, and I'm sitting there going, I don't know, don't write that down, stop writing that down. What are you doing? Why are you writing anything? There has to be Wolf Grey. All right, I can try and
Hi, Jinky.
Put Wolf Grey on this. How am I going to put Wolf Grey on this, Kev?
I don't know, with the paintbrush, I thought. You probably need to move a bit more on camera, dude.
Right. Yeah.
You were just coming off the bottom of the screen, so...
It's hard. There's lots of things
to concentrate
around.
On, yeah. You want to try being a teacher, dude.
I'm a great teacher. Ask Scarlett.
Now your head's in the way, so you've got to lean back a bit.
I'll just paint like this, shall I?
That's it. Perfect.
That's it. I've got my pencil line.
Am I back to school? Kind of, yes. Our school started back today with a quarter of year 10 and a quarter of year 12. I wasn't teaching today. My first lesson, I have year 12 design, A-level design and technology. Next Monday, I've got 4 hours with them, which I'm actually looking forward to.
Do you like the quarter? Did you get to pick the quarter that came in?
Well, I get my I get my class. Luckily my class there's only 8 in the class, so in year 12, so I don't have to worry too much about picking the ones. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them again. It's been so long. I think it's 3 months now. I've been off work. Give me a little bit of an impression of what retirement's going to be like, without the fact that you can move around.
Feels like I've had about 20 minutes off work.
Well, you're a key worker, dude.
Well,
you're keeping the village fed.
They rang me up this morning. They were like, "Oh, can you come and do 9-2 tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I can."
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's
it's starting to become a pretty regular thing. You know,
yeah, I was reading that today, Kay, about up in Scotland. When do schools actually? When do they normally start in Scotland, Kay? I know that it's like the 11th of August is when they're all going back this year, but when do they normally go back?
Never. Cool. Right. So I've got this Sotec green. That's definitely not green. I'm just going to water it down. So you're painting base coat with this.
So you're not actually on the screen at the moment, Alex.
Oh, fantastic. Cool.
You're right at the bottom of the screen. That's it. So where you're there,
yeah,
you're about in the middle of the screen.
Cool. I've got too much hair for this.
Oh, that's the usual start date. Oh wow. I didn't realise that.
Have they got different terms?
Yeah, they've got different term dates, because the school I'm at, we used to, when we were a long time, I've been there a long time, we used to finish, we would finish pretty much middle of July, and we'd be going back to school in the middle of August, but luckily things have changed, and now we finish, I think it's like the 3rd week of July, and we go back now in pretty much end of August, start of September. So I've gone from having 4 weeks of a summer holiday to 5 weeks, which I know some of you will be saying, oh, I won't be very happy about that, but 5 weeks summer holiday is just what I need now. I'm getting old.
Isn't this enough of a holiday for you, Kev?
150 days left for Commander Rex before he retires.
150 days? Wow. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to retire.
Dude, you're about 22. You've got.
That's what I'm saying.
You've got a lot of work ahead of you, yeah.
Yeah. But like, they keep upping the retirement age. So like, every single time, you know, I have a birthday, the retirement age goes up. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a bit like me. When my retirement, I mean, teachers' pensions are really good, which is one of the benefits from what we do. You know, I know we're compensated with good holidays, but if any of you have actually tried teaching children, you do need a long holiday to recover at the end of the year. And the government have very slowly whittled away the pension from being really, really good to being okay and
to being just good.
Yeah, well, it's still good, but it's not what it used to be. Luckily, when I retire, I'm still on a final salary pension scheme unless it gets changed again.
So what you want to do is get like a job as an acting deputy head and then retire instantly.
Well, you need to. I can't remember how many what it is now. It's, you know, I think they take your best. Is it your average over the last so many years, and then multiply it by how long you've worked? You know, I think I'm on 80th or 60th now. So for every year you get a 60th.
Oh. So, a 60th, wicked.
A 60th of your final salary, yeah. But that's not what they've all tuned in to do.
No.
So you're getting your base coat on for the
blue.
side, yeah.
But it's quite thin, so it's going to take a couple.
2 thin coats.
38 thin coats.
38. Well, 38 thin coats are still better than 1 thick coat.
Yeah.
It's. Are you self-taught then, Alex? Would you say?
Am I self-taught? Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, has anybody ever sat down to teach you how to paint?
I had like a GW painting tutorial.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't really learn much. I learned how to dry brush, which changed the face of my gaming forever. But I was quite young at the time.
Yeah, I mean, dry brushing on certain things is good, and if you're fairly young, then it's quite a good technique. But
and like George has shown me things.
Yeah,
but not. Yeah, it's not like I've learned anywhere. I think
nowadays with the advent, with things like YouTube and all of that, I kind of wish I'd been, when you can actually watch people doing it, I think it's so much easier than trying to follow instructions in White Dwarf.
Oh, they weren't even instructions though, were they? It was like, oh yeah, so put on a base coat. Cool, all right, your base coat looks quite good. Yeah, nice, cool. And then highlight. Yeah, and you're like, highlight what with what? Where would you like these highlights? And it doesn't tell you. And then it's like, oh yeah, and then you just do a simple wash and then a glaze over this, and it comes out looking like this, and you're like, no, it doesn't. And like, well, there's proof it didn't work. I remember years ago, back in GW, there was a whole group of people that tried to do. There was like a non-metallic metal. Gold sanguineous in the book. Yeah. And by the time everybody had finished the steps, what they had was a brown sanguineous. That wasn't at all.
Do you know what? I'm feeling quite old because you're talking about it when you were a kid, and I'd have been about 30 something when
you were like, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I am actually old enough to be Alex's dad. I'm not.
No.
But I am definitely old enough to be. The old Games Workshop paint tutorials were hilarious when they teach you how to paint it, then show you a miniature that had not been painted like that.
Yeah.
And then you wondered why what you've done didn't look like what was in the magazine.
The magazines were just... And like, I swear their battle reports were so rigged.
Oh,
because there was like that one guy that always lost. I went to him at Games Day and asked him why he lost every game he played.
Yeah, there's...
and he gave me some random rubbish. Right.
When I first got into... I think I started collecting White Dwarf about issue 96, 97.
What year was that?
Oh,
about 96, 97?
Well, that was back in the 80s, I'm sure it was. I used to love the old White Dwarf back then because it wasn't really... Because it was more than just Warhammer 40k and Lord of the Rings.
All right.
They covered all sorts of things that they did. There was like Judge Dredd, role play game. It was really it was a bit more sort of generic, I suppose. Is generic the right word? I don't.
And just covered like a broad category.
Yeah, it covered. They sold so many different things. Then over the years, obviously, as things changed. Hi, Rattler. There's as things changed. Yeah, well, it just started to concentrate on Warhammer and 40k. It kind of lost something to me.
See, whereas when I started, White Dwarf was already very Games Workshop specific, and it was all 40k.
Yeah,
yeah, and like fantasy. Fantasy was wicked back then.
Oh yeah, I still love fantasy now. I think I stopped collecting when they changed. Do you remember when they changed where they had that Warhammer Visions thing?
Oh yeah,
And they made a right pig's ear of it. And didn't they go to a smaller version of White Dwarf as well?
It was just like a fancy picture book, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, which you could get for free off looking on the internet.
That wasn't the point, though. Well, a company doesn't make something and go, you know,
but you
it'll
could,
be fine.
yeah,
Nobody
but you
steals
could.
it.
You know, they made a big mistake with that because that was the straw that broke the camel's back to me. Once they sort of butchered White Dwarf, and it was a long time before I spent any money in Games Workshop again.
All right, we've got half a blue Kim again.
It's looking good from here.
Yep, nice. All right, no worries. We'll wrap it up here and call that a day.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Cool. What am I doing?
What's your plan next then? Well, obviously, while that's drying.
That's a really good question.
Are you gonna just? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do the silver side?
I do need to paint the silver in next. One
Yeah.
second. Let me just take some of this off. It's all getting in the way now.
Yeah, we'll be done by about 7:30.
Imagine if I had started with an airbrush. It would be on fire. Oh yeah.
Hairdryer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What am I doing with this?
You see, I've got no idea what that object in your hand is. Up a bit.
I do.
That's it. Keep going that way. At the moment, you can. That's better.
I am just like hair drying though. I don't know if they need to see this
I'm
necessarily.
well, actually. Yeah, I've been. Well, I never did the subscription deal. We had our local newsagent. I used to pay for them weekly.
Well, they used to come in like a. Cheers, bro. They used to come in like a you got like a model with the subscription, right? It was like a GW thing.
Yeah. We used to get all sorts of things. They used to do all sorts of subscription giveaways and things.
I'm just looking for paint. That's the one. Is that ball gun metal?
Lead belcher, which is slightly darker.
But it is bolt gun metal, right? The same thing.
It's the same thing, but slightly darker.
That's fine.
Yeah, I would start with lead belcher and then work up.
That's I think that's Jake. He can actually paint.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should have got Jake then.
Yeah, Jake, quick, come round. Oh, this is.
Do you know what? I should have brought some of my things to paint whilst you're painting as well.
Well, I've got a Blood Bowl team that I started painting. If you want to have a crack at that,
it's so cool. I'll sit here and read the stream.
Could have got a newspaper though.
Yeah, we could have newspaper. Just sat. Yeah, that'd be.
Isn't that how you babysit? Yeah, this air painter's a lot thinner. He does not lie on his stream, does he?
Yeah.
Guess I won't be watering that down too much.
Exactly, Jake. It's just about having fun.
So
then, you need to move your painting sort of in a bit.
I think it's my chair. I'm just in the wrong place.
Ah, that's a bit better. There we go. People can see again now. That's it. It's it'd be no good me doing this because all you'd see is the back of my head.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I should have tied my hair back.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. I would have had to grow some first, but
well, like at work, I wear this headband that one of the girls who works there gave me to keep the hair out of my eyes, but it's got like a massive bow on it.
Right.
And like it's quite good when I'm doing door duty, and you get this massive tattoo bloke come walking up to you, and I'm standing there with a bow in my hair, like, don't come in through the door.
Yeah.
And like having the bow in my hair just makes me that bit crazier looking for the door. You go all crazy eyes.
So your process of painting then is basically base colour, wash,
yep,
highlight,
yep.
Done.
Yeah. Done.
Done. Yeah.
There'll be like a couple of, because that I have learnt from George with like metals is when you do like 2 or 3 washes and sort of like wipe the excess away and go back, and it just changes it that much.
Yeah,
more.
That's one thing that my problem is a bit. It's one of those like trying to teach an old dog new tricks sort of thing. You know, you're a bit more malleable,
right,
so to speak.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a bit kind of set in my ways. All my painting is self-taught, which is why I asked you. I mean, I've never had a painting lesson. You know, there's. It's funny. Even while I was at school, I was never. You know, GCSE art was.
Well, no, I did pass GCSE art.
Oh yeah. Well, do you know what grade I passed with?
What did you pass with?
Grade D.
Oh man, I got a better grade. I got a C.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I was good at art.
Yes, receptive. Yeah, I think
it was because I was good at talking about art.
Receptive is. It's not that I'm not receptive. It's just very difficult to change how I paint now. It's like I found a method that works for me. Although I do quite like watching some of the YouTube channels and various things to see how other people have done them. But I've kind of found a way for me to do it that looks quite good. Yeah, I was the first year of GCSE, Paul. So back in 1988, I sat my GCSEs.
How'd you do?
I did okay. I got 1A, 6 Bs, a C, and a D.
Nice.
With the D being art, which is
lucky you don't teach anything art based.
Yeah, that shows you what a nonsense the whole course was. The highest grade that we got that year was one lad got a B. He was just amazing. Why he only got a B is beyond me.
Super harsh teacher.
Yeah, you're a bit older than me though, Paul.
A bit.
Yeah.
I've been working 4 years by then.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have done this before the stream started.
But no, you're fine. I mean, I'm trying to see the time. It's 7:20. We've got another hour and a half, or hour and 40 minutes to fill yet, dude. So don't rush.
Cool. It's just like base coating takes time.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close to born yet in '88.
No.
I don't even know if my parents were married by '88.
Not what were you, about 98?
Me?
Yeah.
No, that's my brother.
That's your brother.
95.
95. In the words of Paul, I've been at work a year by then.
Working as what?
Working as what, as a teacher, do?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the only job you've held? Like,
well,
you've been a
I've
teacher?
done other jobs, but the only one that's been a full-time job is teaching. Well, Paul, part of the stream tonight is, do you want to tell people, Alex, about what your plans are for?
Yeah, so I'm going to play Kev tomorrow, and I'm hoping to use this Kimagila and this Nim at least. And yeah, I'm going to write a list. Well, I'm going to show you the process of my 5-minute lists and how much I really think about the ships that I put with the other ships. And like, I'd need your input as well, because I don't think I've ever... Well, I did. I flew a Kimagila for a little while, but it was a lot different then. It was pilot skill 9, and all it did was fire a harpoon missile once, and if it done that, I pretty much won.
On a small base as well.
On a small base.
Yeah, rather than a medium one.
And like, his actions have changed, all the pilots have changed. I don't really know which pilot to use, because like, can you spend 0 tokens now?
Like, you can't spend 0. Oh, you mean for the...
So for the ability, if they don't have a token, or can they choose not to spend their token
as far
to
as
not
I'm
take
aware,
a damage?
you can spend 0 because 0 is a number.
Right.
So you'd have to have a token to choose not to spend it to take the damage.
Yeah.
I think that's how it was ruled.
But like, if they have no token now,
if they have no tokens,
they just take a damage.
No.
No, right.
Because you get rid of 0 tokens, so you wouldn't take the damage. But I could be wrong. It's been so long since I played X-Wing, other than last week.
Yeah.
It was.
That's all right, Kev. It would be 3 weeks, 3 games of X-Wing.
Yeah.
Next Monday night though, there won't be a stream because I am in work.
And I can't run I can't run mission control, so.
Do you reckon I should just like pop next door and see if they'll come do the stream for the evening?
As much as I would love to paint on stream.
Sorry, I'm now not currently thinking about it. I'm just trying to think about spaceships.
Just be careful because you disappeared off to the left of the screen. So you almost need a cross on the worktop so you know where to put your hands.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Cheers. I've done this whole put it on a cocktail stick like Georgia does, but I don't know if I'm using a cocktail stick. Don't know whether I should just pull it up.
Well, you meant to hold the cocktail stick, dude, rather than...
I know, but like
trying
to hold the cocktail stick like this and paint is it's difficult.
Yeah. I'm starting to wonder if we've bored everybody to tears and they've all gone their own separate ways tonight. Because I can't see where we've got any viewers at the moment.
What, bottom left?
Bottom left. Where are we looking?
Of the screen.
Oh yeah.
There is.
Still, I was looking at the wrong place on here where it said 0 viewers.
At least 13 people that have left their phone on while they've fallen asleep.
Oh, we've bored them to death.
That's right. Do you reckon we can just stop and be really quiet for a bit and like not to wake them?
Oh, there's. What would be the next big X-Wing event then, Alex? Do you reckon now? You know, assuming
like.
Well, it won't be this year, will it? I would imagine there'll be no big events in the remainder of this year, so there'll be no UKTC.
Possibly not. Yeah.
Because that was. Because that got moved, didn't it? Because it always used to be October.
Yeah, I think.
Didn't it get moved earlier in the year?
Did it with the changing of worlds?
Yeah. And obviously there was Nerf Herder with Carl.
Yeah.
But there's no. Well, because they moved the nationals, didn't they, to the UK to the Games Expo,
which just got cancelled.
Which has just been cancelled.
Yeah.
Because that always used to be sort of the end of the summer, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which was always quite a nice way for me to finish the summer holidays off.
Well, yeah, and it being summer was wicked because you could just go and chill outside with everybody. It was a lot nicer.
Yeah.
I remember. What was the last? Yeah, it was the last UK Games Expo, right? It was wicked.
It was the Grand Championships or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last year Games Expo was wicked.
It was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I got through to the final day and made it through the qualifying, thanks to taking 4 Phantoms.
I think I scrubbed out. I ended up playing against Fawn and Bartosz in the same day, and I was like, oh my god, just forget it.
What was Fawn running then?
4K wings.
4K wings.
It's just.
I remember, yeah, and Bartosz was running his A-wings.
A-wings, yeah. I lost both of those. I didn't feel great about it.
Yeah. I've played both of them before. I've lost to Fawn, but beat Bartosz.
Sweens.
Hi, Mr. Camsell. Well spotted. Oh,
Rasta isn't a person; it's a people, right?
This is why
What's up?
I'm looking down here for Mr. Campson, but that's Twitch.
That's Twitch, right?
So
is Twitch?
So Mr. Campson must be on YouTube.
Wrong with Twitch?
I don't know.
1 second. Let me just have a look. That's working.
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody just.
I think Mr. Campson must be on YouTube.
Stuff in the Twitch chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you go onto that quickly.
This one.
Yeah.
And this one.
And then press that little cloud there.
That cloud there. Cloud bot.
Oh no, it says our Twitch is offline.
Oh.
CloudBot's on. That's fine.
Are we streaming?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
Click back on here. Just hit refresh on that page.
That one?
Yep.
Here we go again.
Okay, this is not good in the slightest. 1 second.
Yeah.
Let's try and.
There you go. Look, Twitch seems to be having some issues.
Yeah. Yeah, Twitch picture is fine. There's just no chat. Why is there no chat?
Yeah.
I'm hoping Dalton can help with this. So this. Says we're live. Says this. I don't know why the Twitch chat's not working.
So maybe Twitch has gone down, has it?
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Oh, I can't fix that.
So
I guess this could be a very quiet stream now, and people are gonna watch me silently paint a gimmick.
how do we get that to come back over us?
So if you go back to that one.
This one.
Yeah, and then that one.
But this hasn't got the chat here.
I think it's an issue on their end. I was having trouble with. Yeah. Right.
Because you had that bigger on the other one.
What's that on this one?
Yeah, no, on here.
Yeah. Oh, go there.
Oh,
wait, go there. There you go. Hit refresh on this again. I think it is a Twitch issue. Amazon delivery just turned up. Another board game.
Nice.
There's only like 3 board games I play now. Ticket to Ride.
Right.
X-Wing.
Yeah.
And this robot game that's quite good.
Well, X-Wing's more of a miniatures game, isn't it, than a board game?
It involves a board. It is a game.
Yeah, Twitch is definitely.
Alright, let me find some wash. What kind of washes we got over here? Whoa.
So the chat's working there. It's just not working on the other bit then. Oh no, switch to YouTube.
No, yeah, that's it. Yeah, everybody's just switching to YouTube.
Okay.
That's fine. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the Dark Souls board game.
I've played 1 or 2 missions from the Dark Souls board game. James bought it off Kickstarter.
Right. Yeah.
And it seemed quite good. It seemed like you'd do very well if you just learnt the patterns.
Yeah.
It didn't seem particularly like world-endingly difficult, like some of the other starters in other games.
Yeah. There's I mean, I've not played it, but I've got the core set, and then every single one of the expansions. There's another expansion coming out July, I think it is. The Executionist. Have you played the board game? The computer game?
No.
Dark Souls.
Have you played the computer game?
It's one of my favourite games. Yeah.
No, it's like the Witcher. I've watched the series The Witcher.
Right.
That was amazing.
I didn't like the computer game.
But no, I never played the game.
Yeah, that'd be cool, Rich. It's been a while since I've seen you, bro.
Yeah, wicked. Bring your version of Small World, because our version of Small World's a little bit weird, and we don't quite remember the rules.
Is there a 40k version of Small World?
Is there? No way.
I was looking at. There was definitely a different version of Small World that I saw that looked really cool. Oh, it was almost like it was. Was it Warhammer? Oh, I can't remember. This is what happens when you get older. Your memory disappears. I'm going to have to Google that.
You can't use technology in here. This is a peaceful outside den where there's no technology at all. So that right now George is probably cringing because I'm washing an entire model.
That's what it was. Small World, World of Warcraft.
Oh, great.
Hello.
Does that mean it's just got nerdy in here again, Kev?
More than likely. You've not played World of Warcraft?
I played a little bit of World of Warcraft. James tried to get me into it, but like those big MMO games, I just get bored way too quickly.
Yeah,
I just want to be out fighting things
Yeah.
every 5 minutes. I don't want to go to this cave and find some ancestor's cat. I just can't be asked.
I mean, I never really found a good guild to be in until right towards the end of my time playing it, and then it got just too confusing on what to do. Where you needed to have basically written all of your own macros and various things so that you weren't actually pressing the buttons. You were just like keep hitting the macro button.
That sounds you know what? That's such a great idea. That's
Yeah, I dread to think how much archening that I've spent playing World of Warcraft. That was a serious addiction for me. It was actually my sixth form students, my year 12 design class. There was a few of them that played it, and they persuaded me. They knew that I was into fantasy and Warhammer and all that, and they got me playing it. And the hours I was getting up early in the morning to
log on and play
before
work.
Before I went to work.
Oh
So
my God.
I'd be like having like an hour and a half before I went to work, coming home, not eating, almost not eating properly, and just going straight onto World of Warcraft till going to bed.
That's what the Call of Duty games did for me, basically.
But I love the exploration, and just suddenly you've got your character in this whole new world to explore. And
But it's like giant game worlds where you're like, oh, I've got a quest in this place over here. That's only a 22-minute run.
Well,
No.
yeah, I mean, yeah, yes, I do remember running up and down Stranglethorn Vale or somewhere like that before I got a mount. It was just like, yeah, you did spend like 45 minutes running around the map, not doing anything, but.
And like every 2 minutes that you stray off the path and go kill someone in the forest, it's like that's another 5 minutes added to your journey. I just couldn't do it.
It was the best game I'd ever played, but I had no life. It was just, and as much as I'm curious to see what the game's like now, I dare not open up a subscription again. I dread to think how long it'd take to update all the patches as well. They took forever to download.
Well, surely now we're past patches, right?
Oh no! There'd be various patches before a new release had come out, and
Fix that. It looks super weird. Sorry, Kev. You don't need to.
No, I've got no idea
touch any of this.
I've got no idea what you're doing at the moment, other than fiddling.
Didn't do much.
Well, it looks good so far.
But yeah, I do.
It looks like.
Oh, that's all right. They match now.
Yeah, Patch is still happy to see. Yeah, I'm not going to. Don't worry. I've broken that addiction.
Where are we going to be playing?
What?
When we can go back into stores? Probably here, to be honest.
Well, I'm probably Boards and Swords, Jake.
Yeah, that is quite close.
I'd really like Boards and Swords is cool. The two guys I used to run Boards and Swords. Strangely enough, I used to teach them.
Does that mean you get a heavy discount, or does that mean everything costs you twice as much?
No, they're very good to me, Rob and Ian. So I certainly would like to try and build up. If I'm gonna carry on playing X-Wing, I would certainly like to build up a bit of a store presence. I don't know what it's like at the moment in actual sort of game night but I would certainly like to have an X-Wing scene once a month at Boards and Swords where we could actually go and play some X-Wing. I do miss seeing you all.
I am doing it off camera.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I never got to come over to the Swan in the Rushes as it's just that Boards and Swords is like a 10-minute drive for me, whereas Loughborough's 40-minute drive, you know, and they're all sort of set up. It's I'm still gutted Warlords shut down in Loughborough. The best thing in the world would be either me or George win the lottery and we can set up a new store somewhere so I don't have to teach. That would be amazing. That would be a bit like the Carlsberg. Was it Carlsberg? Carlin?
Carlin.
Yeah, if you're going to do a game store, it's the best game store in the world.
Yeah. It's not quite Carlin.
No.
You can't really say that when you walk into a game store,
Yeah.
though, can you? Walk in and go, yeah, that's not quite Carlin, is it?
Yeah, it's... yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, I'd also like to get some of my Age of Sigmar art. I don't see me just concentrating on X-Wing as we go forwards.
I mean, it all depends.
I'd love to
What
play
we
a bit
find.
more Age of Sigmar.
Luckily for you, there's this place that I'm pretty sure has something to do with Games Workshop.
Well,
About 40 minutes from here.
You
Not
mean-
even that.
what you mean?
Half an hour from here.
GWHQ?
Yeah. So I don't think you'd be in
Yeah.
short supply.
Yeah, I mean, I've got into at the moment I'm painting my Targaryen army for A Song of Ice and Fire.
I did dabble
that-
in that for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good game system actually.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it reminded me a lot of like.
It's like the old Warhammer,
Yeah.
where you're manoeuvring units. I used to. That was the cool thing I used to love about fantasy was the regiments.
Right. This is called Ironbreaker.
Yeah, I've bought into Marvel as well, Jake. Yeah, I'm looking at 40k as well, and
Does that look one up to you?
what does it say on the outside?
Ironbreaker.
Ironbreaker. You've done Lead Belch.
Yeah.
Ooh, is Ironbreaker slightly light? No, I don't know. You probably want to go after Lead Belcher. Is there a bolt gun metal there?
No, that's what I'm saying. Bolt gun metal don't exist anymore.
Doesn't it?
No. This is why I
Hang on,
struggle with the new paints.
Let me have a look at the app. Let me consult the app. That will. Unless the chat can come up with one first. It's a layer, isn't it? Oh, you're right. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't. Because I went into Games Workshop and asked the guy for bolt gun metal, and he gave me a conversion chart, and I was like, "Well, this isn't a paint. What can I do
I'm
with
guessing.
this?"
Have you got that one? Might be all right then. That you showed me.
Right, cool. Ironbreaker it is.
Yeah. Well, it's a layer, so it must be slightly lighter than Lead Belcher. I'm guessing after Ironbreaker, you've got Runefang Steel, and then Stormhost Silver. Stormhost Silver, I know is the lightest.
Right, let's put this here. See if it looks any lighter.
Yeah, the neck ones. The neck ones do look good, Kay.
Which is new 40k.
Yeah, the new neck ones look cool.
I reckon if you took the Marines that are in there, found some old Bretonnian heads, and just turn them all into knights, and make wicked Black Templars.
Yeah, they'd look quite cool. There's have you seen the new ATV?
Somebody was laughing about it.
Yeah, have you seen the model?
No, I haven't. Is it awful?
It's not great, in my opinion. I mean, some people it seems to be a bit of a Marmite model at the moment. Some people love it, some people hate it. I personally don't rate it at all.
Is it a bit like we've taken your Space Marines and put them in Space Marine armor?
It looks like you've taken Space Marines and put them into Mario Kart. I really don't like it. I saw somebody posted on one of the Facebook pages today where they'd converted a land speeder and put it on wheels. But that looked really cool.
The land speeder kit hasn't changed in years.
Yeah, but the land speeder with like buggy wheels. We ought to get George to do a conversion. But it looks so much better than this ATV. I don't know what GW were thinking with that design, because a lot of the Primaris stuff looks really cool.
The silver ain't much brighter.
No, I think you want. What did I say next? Runefang Steels.
Right. Cool.
You love the new Marine go kart. I'm not a it's ugly and stupid. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that design. It just looks. I think they've been better making it look more sort of buggy-esque, sort of almost like like the SAS sort of Land Raider, the Land Rovers, the SAS Land Rovers, and
they should have made it look like a Warthog from Halo.
I've never played Halo, so
good.
I'm struggling a bit with the.
Imagine like a Doom buggy with a minigun on the back.
Yeah, I mean, has it got like a roll cage?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
at the back.
Yeah,
it's quite good.
It is terrible enough to be hilarious. Yeah, I'd agree with that one.
But I bet you it's going to be OP.
OP. Yeah.
So you got to have 7 of the.
To be honest, it looks like
a
strong gust of wind, and the driver would cop it. Yeah, I do like the new bikes. The bikes look quite cool, but I don't like the ATV. Yeah,
they do look quite nice.
Don't like that at all. But there we go. That's just my opinion.
But then, because I didn't touch much of the last edition of 40k, I didn't really see much in the way of Primaris.
I had a Blood Angel.
What's the difference, Kev?
With the Primaris?
Yeah,
they're bigger. They're taller.
No, but what I mean is, where
they come from?
Yeah.
Oh, it's something to do with Reboot Gilliman coming back, and they've. I don't know. I didn't really follow it at the time, and I'm sure there's people on the stream going with their head in their hands listening to me at the moment. But it was something to do with him where they've messed about with the gene seed and made bigger Space Marines.
Oh right, okay, right.
So that Games Workshop can sell more Space Marines.
What's their business model? Last year it was what should we do? Yeah. We need to make it's Jurassic Park, right? They've got their business model from Jurassic Park. All right, so the first lot did all right. What do we need now? Bigger,
bigger. Yeah. Yeah, so the old Space Marines are quite small now compared to Primaris.
Can you still run them together?
You can. I'm fairly sure you can, but there's going to come maybe 10th edition when you won't be able to. And
right.
But they're trying to. The Primaris are better, so why would you run the old ones?
Maybe if they were cheaper.
Maybe. Yeah. But the miniatures are so much nicer, and Space Marines were meant to be tall, weren't they? I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, these tower above you, your normal guardsmen and things now. So, but yeah,
So that's when you find the one guy who's got a Dark Angel Primaris army, so all of these giant Space Marines, and then he's still using, that odd little Terminator.
Yeah, you see, a Dark Angel army.
Yeah.
Would appeal to me.
Have you seen the stuff that's in there? Yeah, right.
No,
okay.
I don't look in there. No.
Yeah, no, there's some serious.
I do. Well, that George did the Raven Wing, didn't he? The black.
He did.
What does that say? Stop. Shut up and stop.
No, I expected it to be something like. It's some stuff. It's cool. It's cool. What was I doing? Right.
Yeah. So
just painted some more.
So where have you got to now with your model then, Alex?
I've just painted some brighter silver over that silver, so it just looks a little bit more silver.
Yeah. Are you applying another wash to that as well, or?
I will do in a second. I'm just starting to work out where it's going to be. So like,
you're putting the logo on, aren't you? Are you putting the logo on?
I'm not going to put the logo on stream because I'm shaky putting the logo on as it is. That was like the first mask that I used. I got it from Dalton or ProTech. And like it's just brush painted and it's not even like airbrushed.
Well, do you know what? I thought you'd done it freehand, dude. It looks really cool. I love the design. It's that sort of comic book.
That's it. Yeah. Well, that's what my own personal style of painting. I mean, like you helped me draw that Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It is the style that I like.
More drawing?
Have I done any more drawing? What did I draw? I drew a Snoke.
Do you know what? I've not done any drawing since we went to Worlds.
That's it.
That's how long ago it's been since even I did any proper drawing.
You need to do more.
I know I need to do more. The trouble is, it's.
You can see the whole wall over there is littered with your artwork.
Yeah, there's a few bits. I need to be in the right frame of mind, and it's if I'm in the right frame of. Because I know George talked about me maybe doing some drawing on stream, and I'm
yes.
I think I would have to do. I'm not sure what I would do. Maybe colouring in on stream, maybe. But
isn't that what I'm doing?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right. So now I'm just gonna take a brown wash and just start washing in like all the little gaps and places where I expect it to be super dirty.
Yeah.
Not that spaceships get dirty, do they?
Well, the Falcon wasn't exactly pristine, was it, when Han had it?
Yeah, but like that's part of the Falcon being the Falcon, right? Whereas, like, not every ship's meant to be filthy, is it?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, they'd all be clean when they were built, I would imagine. But...
Let's get one of his. So this is George technique. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna go around all of these like vents and stuff and just.
I even though I try and look after my brushes, I trying to maintain a point. It's just like.
Yeah.
You know, I clean my brushes thoroughly. I've got brush soap, but you know, and it's.
Saliva. Saliva is the key.
No, saliva is the key.
Yeah.
I do tend to lick the brushes a bit to try and get a point as well, but the I do everything to try and look after them. But can I keep a point on some of my brushes?
In fairness, the brushes I got those from ProTech as well, and they're really good. They're the Kalinsky Sable ones.
The ones that. Hi, Clive. Any thoughts on the new 40k?
I think I'm definitely going to be.
You're going to be
involved slightly. I'm not going to go mental. I don't need a 2,000 point arm.
No, but I like the idea that you could play with the way that you could build it up.
Or what, like an escalation?
Yeah. I think I need to read it a bit more, but yeah, I do think I might buy the rule book. I just like rule books. I like books in general, but I do like the idea of getting the book and then sort of seeing, rather than buying the. And I'm sure that box set is going to be fantastic value.
Yeah.
Crusade, yeah, that's the one, Lee. The I do like the idea of like building up a squad and of like villages that you quite like.
It's got like almost a Necromunda campaign aspect to it now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How's that going to work for like? That can't work for tournament play, can it?
Well, I think tournament play is a bit more kill team, isn't it?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the Crusade has my interest as well, Lee. Definitely, there's. But like I say, I need to see read the rule book, and before I'm like Alex has said, I don't think I'll be buying a. I don't think I'll be buying a.
Like a huge army.
No.
It depends.
I'm not sure
what their new sort of organisation on OP is for me, because I've always been into games before going to tournaments. It's like that was how I got into 40k early. Was just like people saying to me, "Stop buying random things. Write a list.
Yeah, and then buy that.
Buy the list, build the list, paint the list, and then go to a tournament with it."
Yeah.
And I really fell in love with that idea.
My problem with going to a Games Workshop tournament, and I don't know if it's like, I mean, it's very, very uncommon to find a Wally. I'll change. X-Wing. Yeah, most of the people at X-Wing have been nothing but fantastic opponents. But in my head, a Games Workshop tournament wouldn't be like that. I don't know if it is like that now.
I mean, I've had next to no problems at big events like that. But that might be because I conduct myself differently to anybody.
Well,
anyway,
yeah.
you know.
Apparently, Alex, you and James were at 40k tournament at Games Workshop HQ when Lee bought into his Red Scorpions.
Yes. In fact, I remember Lee standing there looking at things, and I was like, "Wonder if that's that dude, you know, from X-Wing." And James was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that dude from X-Wing."
Was that before you were playing X-Wing then?
No, I was playing X-Wing
right
a bit at the time,
okay.
but I wasn't massively into it.
Yeah.
So like, my starting of X-Wing was playing in a garden centre in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
It was a store called like Prometheus Games, I want to say.
Yeah, exactly, Lee. That's my. Yeah, that's my. I always get this impression that Games Workshop tournaments are full of those sorts of people. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
But also, I think those tournaments are more about just going and chilling.
Well, I remember Lee. I went to. They used to hold the Warhammer. They used to have the big Warhammer event. You know the one that they started holding at the NEC. They used to do it at the Assembly Rooms in Derby. So this would be back in the late 80s.
Kev.
88, 89 probably. And me and my friends used to go along to that. And I some of the sites I saw where I nearly saw two blokes going to blows playing Warhammer. I mean, yeah. There's one guy, I think, if I remember rightly, one guy got wood elves and one guy got dwarves, and the guy setting the dwarves up was taking his sweet time about it. And he set them all in like a gun line along the back edge of the board, but took him like forever to do it.
Yeah.
It was like he was polishing each dwarf as he was putting them down. Such a long time ago. I don't fully remember it, but yeah, there were some very heated conversations.
Right, I need another silver.
So you want Runefang or Stormhost silver?
There is a possibility that they are
they all look like they're getting lighter, don't they, on that top row?
Yeah.
So I'd probably just go for the next one.
That does say lead belcher on it, though.
But that looks lighter than lead belcher, doesn't it? What's the next one?
Iron breaker and essence. Oh wait, what we got here? Runefang steel. Would you say that's a Runefang? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Can't imagine my community.
Yeah. 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 Well, in all the time I've played X-Wing, there was only one person that I would never ever want to play again. And no, it's not Bartosz.
No. It's me.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's you with flipping Ghost Fen.
I love that.
No. I'm not even going to say the guy's name. It was yeah. Not you, Lee. Some of my favourite games have been against you, Mr. Dalton. Mainly because we can't stop laughing.
That's the Call of Duty group, Kev.
Oh right. No, not you either, Kay. Is it Rasta? No, he's not Rasta. This guy from a long time ago. I think the community probably chased him out of X-Wing. You'll know who it was, Lee. I think there's or Lee Taylor, that is, because he did come to our store for a game, and let's just say the aftermath of that. I think he got pretty much chased out of X-Wing.
Did he win the game?
He didn't win. I'm fairly sure Rasta won. This was the time of the Triple Jump Masters.
I had a wicked list to go against Triple Jump Masters. I loved it. Ghost and Wes. Remember Wes, that one pilot that shoots you and steals your token?
Oh, you could do like Wes, Kian, and...
Oh, Kian Farland.
Yeah, Wes, Kian, and who was the third ship?
Wedge.
It might have been Wedge.
Do you remember Wedge being around all that much in 1.0?
No.
No, neither
really.
do I.
No, he's definitely found a place again in 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Lee. Who was that third ship? There was a big. It could have been Wedge. It could have been Wedge, Wes, and Kian.
Or was it Biggs? Cause
Double Desi's was also a good one. Yeah, my favourite way of killing a jump master: 2 IGs. That regional season was ridiculous. I lost count of how many jump masters I played against.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first ever regional matchup. We went to Milton Keynes. I remember it was me, Sim, George, and that might have been it. Actually, I think it was just us three, and we went to Milton Keynes, and as much as I love the community now, back then it was a bit terrifying walking into a room where you didn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I walk into a room at a regional. Okay, there's a lot of new people that I don't know, but there's all the old guard who I'm friends with. My first game, Alex Burt of the 186. He was running triple jumps.
Yeah, fantastic.
I remember the game hinged when he shot a torp at one of my IGs. Hit with 4. I was behind a rock, so I had 4 dice, no tokens. Guess what I rolled?
4 natural evades.
4 natural evades.
Nice.
And then went on to win the game. That was his last torpedo. And then so yeah, I mean, Alex was a fantastic opponent. Then I played Cormac. Next round, guess what he was running?
Triple jumps.
Triple jumps. And then my third game, Scott Reed.
Triple jumps.
Triple jumps.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. I finished the day with tonsillitis and was really poorly.
Did you get tonsillitis from Jump Masters?
I don't know. I don't think it was from the Jump Masters, but yeah, that was yeah, that was a real interesting one. Yeah, there's. I remember playing David Peat in the last game, and we were somewhere on the bottom tables. And David Peat's a really good player, and I couldn't believe I was playing him. And he got, I think it was, if I remember rightly, it was the Minoc special. So Whisper, Omega Leader, and Captain Yor. Yeah, did well to win 2 games that day. That was really tough. It got better after that. What was your first regional, Alex?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't remember?
No. I went to a lot. Like, me and James travelled everywhere.
I think you must have been playing the year before me.
What, me?
Yeah. Did you start the year before me?
I started when the Decimator was released.
Yeah, that I remember buying the Decimator, but yeah, you probably went to the regional season before me then.
I know I didn't go to the Nationals that year.
Was that the one that Jesper won? Because that was the year.
Possibly.
Yeah, because that was the year when Sim was the epic champion.
I'm trying to think back to like big events.
Oh crikey! Yeah, was
Been
that
to a lot of
was that the
events.
very first Euros League?
Wasn't the very first Euros where there was like that massive wait for pairings for like 6 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, cool, yeah,
And
I remember.
then we all managed to progress through to the next day, and
Hey man, nobody's taking that from me. I earned that. I sat there for hours.
yes, yeah, that was some day. That wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Dengaroo was one of the stupidest lists I've ever played against. Yeah, the one Rasta one. Yeah, the very first Euros. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I took triple jumps to that.
I took. I have no idea. I can't remember big events.
Because triple jumps were
normally a
less
blur.
of a because it was a tiny mind link then, wasn't it?
All right, so I was running quad TOT.
Yeah.
Y wings.
Yeah. There's.
I took that to the first Worlds I went to, and I ended up 2 games in a row. So my first games in America were both against Paratani, and it was both players did the same thing with Fenrau, went 5 forwards, next turn 5 forwards bumped into a Y wing, the other 3 Y wings shot it and killed it. And like my mate Charles was sitting there watching me, and the first time it happened he was like, oh yeah, I mean that was good blocking that. The second time it happened he looked at me and went, did these people play X-Wing?
Because actually, if Fenrau got to range, if he could get into the right place, he could actually brutalise that list, couldn't he?
He could, yeah. But I know that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But in your opponent's head, they're like, it's Fenrau, don't worry about it, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But then one Y-wing breaks the block and moves out in front, Fen bumps it, and then I've got 3 TOT Y-wings at range 2 of them.
Yeah, to be honest, I never used to worry about quad TLT unless it was scum.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of the unhinged astromechs, or just because they had some weird stuff. Right, so I've done that silver up to the next stage of silver.
It's looking good.
Cheers.
So what's the plan next? Are we going to highlight the blue?
Yeah,
the bluey, turquoisey, whatever colour that is?
I've picked this as its highlight. What do you reckon?
Temple Guard blue. Yeah, that's. I reckon that.
So
looks quite nice.
Temple Guard blue is what we're gonna.
Yeah, I remember.
Use to start.
I remember taking. I took. It wasn't Dengaroo, but I took Dengar and Tel, whatever that was called. Is that Telgar?
Telgar maybe. I don't know. Do you really stick to the names of these things?
Yeah.
Like triple jumps makes sense because that's the only description for that list.
Yeah,
right?
triple jumps.
Did you ever play with triple jumps?
I did, yeah, but not the broken versions.
What do you mean the broken version?
Not the ones with Deadeye. And then not the ones with the R4 Agrimech.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? I miss K4 Security Droid. That was so good.
Yeah, I played the slightly less broken version with a tiny mind link.
Mind Link at the time was still really strong.
Mind link was stupid good. Oh, Beanies, yeah.
Beanies
Yeah,
has always been my
Beanies
favourite.
Regional is yeah. Well, the first year, Lee, if I remember rightly, was when I made the semi-final, and then the following year you won it, didn't you? Was it the following year?
What, me or Lee?
No, Lee.
Lee, I think.
Lee Taylor. Because that was the year when. That was the year. Because we'd been to Scotland and I won the Scottish Regional, and the next competition was the Beanie one, and I was on such a tear. I won. I ended up playing Rasta in the last round, and only one of us could go through. Yeah, I was playing some of my best X-Wing then. I remember some of those games, and yeah, I was gutted that I had to play George in the last round. Because I'm trying to think who I lost to, because I beat Elaine Watson, who was running Biggs and Kanan.
Oh, cool.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that list?
I do. I ran something similar.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That was when Paratani was at its height, wasn't it? That was a list that I struggled against with the IGs.
What's that, Paratani?
Paratani.
Yeah, it was a very good list.
If you killed Fen Rao early,
Mm-hmm.
you had a very good chance. But the worst thing was the Shadowcraft.
That's what I was going to say. A Sarge.
A Sarge.
I thought you had to kill a Sarge first.
Well, no, because you always everybody would lead with Fen Rao, and yeah, if you could kill Fen Rao early, if you got Fen Rao, if they misjudged it and left him at range 2, with the HLC and Mangler Cannon, you could pretty much kill him first time.
Yeah.
But then that damn stress, where it's I'll give you a stress.
Oh yeah, the Sarge.
You know how much
and
IGs love stress.
Yeah, I'll then spend the stress off of you to evade everything they like down.
Oh. Yeah, that was really hard going. I could never kill that damn Shadowcraft.
I've always really struggled against Shadowcasters. I just tend to lose to them for some reason, and I don't know what it is. It's not like Shadowcasters are. I think everybody just has like one of those bogey lists.
Yeah. That was certainly one of mine, and blimey, I played it often enough. Yeah, I mean, double Desies was a good counter to that list. If you could, but you had to kill Fen, didn't you? I mean,
double Desies was a counter to something.
I never really played double. I've only bought one Decimator, so I could never play double Desies.
Like my first ship was a Decimator.
I bought one when it came out, but I never really got into it until I liked Rack Quick Draw.
That
I took to Worlds.
I made such a bad choice that Worlds.
I wish I'd taken the IGs.
I took Ghost Fen.
I wish IGs, the actual crap bots was still a thing.
Yeah.
For that first trip to Worlds. I really wish I could have taken
Were the IGs a thing?
Well, they were, because they were.
I know.
It's just that I was never very good with the advanced sensors.
But like, I am pretty sure that there wasn't, other than Jasper, it was just...
Well, it was only Jesper and Sim.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to Jesper at the Element Games Regional.
Yeah.
After it, and I tried them out, and when there's certain lists that, like, fit your style.
Yeah.
The control bots didn't fit my style.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that, they'd be really cool to play with the fact you can do your boost and your manoeuvres before.
Yeah.
But I like the crack bots too much, where you just like throw a shed load of dice and then say crack shot and take it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. Have I got a top 3 X-Wing moment memories? Oof.
Well.
Yeah, well, number 1 would have to be
Sim Winning Worlds. Right?
Sim Winning Worlds. I actually
there,
called it. I said, I remember speaking to Ash Brooks at Warlords probably 3 months before we went, and I said to Ash, Sim will win Worlds, and I was right. I just thought it was such a. The first trip to Worlds and Sim winning it was just. That's my number 1 X-Wing memory. Number 2 would be winning the Scottish Regional. That was just. I made so many friends up in Scotland.
Shame they don't like you now.
How can they not like the King of the North?
Scotland have got a real problem with kings.
Yeah, I was quite a nice one though. Yeah, the Scottish regional win would be my first time to Scotland, and it was in Stirling, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was definitely in Stirling, because on the morning of the cut on the Sunday, me, George, and Sim went to the. We stood on the bridge, where the Battle of Stirling Bridge, Braveheart.
Yeah.
And then my third one would be definitely winning the Weekend Warlords Store Championship.
What did you get a helmet for that?
I won my Stormtrooper helmet for that one.
Well, you got a Stormtrooper helmet.
Winning that with the 2 IGs when IGs were not supposed to be good. I remember playing you, Lee, in the what would it be, the quarter final with your TIE Swarm, and then played George with Miranda and Lebo, and and would you believe it? The 2 IGs were a perfect counter to Miranda Lebo. I think I played that game twice and won both of them. And then played Lee from Cloud City Radio in the final, who was running Miranda and a Ghost. Yeah. So we're going to get Lee's top 3 now. Yeah, I remember that, Lee. That was cracking. There was loads of Warlords there for that one.
What event was that?
Lee winning beanies.
Oh, wicked. I won beanies.
Oh, crikey, I forgot about Rasta winning Euros, but...
I won at beanies. The old man won at... George won at beanies. Lee won at beanies. Maybe it's like a Warlord.
Has George won a beanies regional? I don't think so.
No, he didn't win a beanies regional, but he did win that charity tournament, didn't he? The print...
Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah, Imperial
not so
March.
long ago, yeah.
Well, I won the hyperspace, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
That was my ticket to Worlds.
Yeah, with Ghost Fen.
No, get out of it. Annie Mason 2 Torrents, man.
Oh, right.
So good.
Yes.
Don't you remember? I was at Warlords the day before. Me and you both wrote the same list, and I was like, "It's wicked," and you're like, "No, it's awful."
Yeah. Yes, I remember that as well with Triple Defenders.
Triple.
Ashley winning at Warlords.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which event did she win?
It was just a sun. I think it was a sun.
Oh, wicked.
It was either Saturday or a Sunday. I think it was a Sunday if I remember rightly, but may not do. Anybody else? 3 best memories of X-Wing. Yeah, I look. I mean, I was luckily I got to commentate on First Earth stream. Yeah, was certainly wasn't surprised that Rasta won the Euros. I mean, crikey, the Warlords were pretty much. But those are the days when we used to practice. I mean, I'll probably be playing in a week something like, I don't know, 10, 12 games a week back then.
We did similar things at the club back in London, where we just, a couple of weeks before a big event, you just put in like 6-7 games a night.
Yeah.
Just try and get through it.
I think X-Wing is. I mean, do you think practice? How important is practice?
Oh well.
Do you reckon?
Practice in what sense? With a list against
with a
the
list? No, practice with a list.
Oh, it's everything. Like
and then
if you play the same list for even if the list isn't that great, if you play it until you know every aspect of that list, it's going to be.
That's what I did with. It is. That's what I did with the IGs, because for nearly 2 years, that's all I ran. That's all I ran. It's just, and I had some heartbreaking losses in that time.
I kept just getting bored and changing list, finding something else.
I remember.
Yeah, there's edges there. Look, Kev, you can see just on the screen there's edges.
Yeah, you've done a good job of that. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, there's. What time is it? It's 8:20. You've still got 40 minutes.
Right, cool. In that case, it's getting really warm, so I'm going to stand out there for a second.
Yeah, it is. It is warm. Who's this one? Okay. Cool.
It's really hard to like pick individual X-Wing memories because it's never really been about that. Like winning is cool, but especially the big events, you're just going to see everybody at once.
Yeah, it's certainly for me. X-Wing has changed from being something that
you felt you needed to win.
Yeah. I certainly don't need to win at X-Wing anymore. I would much rather see people and chat and eat and drink and make merry with those with people who are now friends with, who literally all over the world.
Yeah.
Was that when? Oh, I remember that regional when you won at Element Lee. You made the cut, didn't you? At that one, Mr. Dalton, I do believe. Was that the? That wasn't. Go on, remind me of the. That wasn't. Was that a regional league? Was that the regional that you did that at, or was that?
I'll try and work out where that's got to go as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the regional, the one that Rasta won.
Because it didn't have the same away. That I'm probably not going to do one stream.
So what are you going to do now then, dude?
That's a very good question. This blue looks really flat, so I'm going to go and put some brown wash on the blue to try and bring this side bit out as well. Yeah. So back to brown wash.
Did you do the panel lines on the nim?
What's that?
Have you like lined all the panel lines? You haven't.
Yeah, so I've gone and blacked all of these panel lines, but that's like one of the things that I do much later. Like this silver is like 9 different layers.
Yeah,
of
I
silver.
can believe that. Yeah.
Because that's what George says makes good silver.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that weekend. Did we? I'm trying to think. Did we stop somewhere for that weekend, or did we drive up both days?
Which weekend's that?
when George won the Element Games regional. I can't remember if we stayed somewhere. I've got a feeling we probably drove up both days.
What, to Manchester?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a trek.
It was a bit of a trek. Crikey, we've done some miles in George's car, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, like me and James travelled the length of the country.
With public transport?
No, just with James driving.
Oh, I didn't know James could drive.
Shit, James used to drive us everywhere.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't know James could drive.
I mean, he drove us to Warlords every time.
Oh, yeah. I just got it in my head that he came on the train, but
so
with him working for...
I used to come up on the train when I come up on my own.
Yeah, that was probably one of the few times when we didn't actually book when I didn't book somewhere for us to stay. The problem with me booking rooms for people is I snore like a drain. So that was the good thing about the Scottish regional.
You had your own room.
I had my own room. Yeah, it was a really nice room as well. I
remember Sheffield regional.
The Sheffield regional, the one that George won.
No. I think it was one after that. I beat Sim and George on the same day.
There's the one at the Hilton Hotel, wasn't there?
So it was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. Yes, I remember. It was in another big hotel, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
But it wasn't the same hotel.
No.
Yes. And I remember. Yes, because it was almost like you could see it from the side of the ring road.
Yeah.
You just couldn't get to it.
Exactly, and it was up on top of like a big hill. You had to cross a bridge and go upwards.
You had to actually go away from it to get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. That's when I played George in the first round.
Well,
and then Sim in the second round.
When we got there,
and then James in the fourth round, if I remember rightly. Yeah, no, I didn't have much luck with matchups. In fact, I know that one because Mr. Dalton was in charge.
He was,
yes. Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah,
because in my last round, it's the only time I ever played Gundy.
All right, Gundy's a good player.
Well, that's it. He was hammering me, and then he went.
Then he
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. I've not seen Gundy for ages. I know every now and again he'll post a comment on Facebook, but don't know what you're on about. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I do remember Lee being in charge.
You may not have any recollection, Lee, but I certainly do.
Distinctly remember everybody cheering in the beginning because Lee was in charge. And then there was some bribery.
The worst thing about that day was when Worlds tickets went on sale.
It was.
And I didn't get one. I was fuming at the end of that day.
I did.
Was it that one? Yeah, it was that one, wasn't it? Yeah. It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was because you registered for the lottery, didn't you?
And then the lottery fired up. Yeah. And then James did me proud.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is Twitch back up and running? Is it worth me having a look?
That does look like Twitch because it's got that little crown on it. I don't know.
Nothing's happening there, but.
1 second, let me just wipe some of this.
Oh, I think Twitch is up and running, look.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks very good. Thank you for your Twitch test. Paul Twitch is working again. Oh, careful what you done. There we go.
There we go. Sorry. Yeah. I hope it's all off on heists now.
Twitch test, heist.
Yeah. Yeah. You working tomorrow, Alex?
I am, yeah. What is that? What are you doing?
It's me. Turn my phone off. I forgot I was on that. I need to.
Well, you can't use your phones in class, Kev. I'm trying to teach you how to not paint here. Right, cool. That blue
There
is
we
less flat now. You're just gonna have to take my word for it.
Yeah, it's
Here,
quite
look,
hard.
Kev,
on
you can
cameras.
see it. It's less flat than it
Yeah,
was.
that's. Do you know what, dude? That's really good. I
Cheers.
like that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
now we're gonna throw another slightly higher highlight on. So before I mixed Temple Guard blue with Sotek green, now I'm just gonna put a bit of Temple Guard blue on.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be aiming at like the corners. This
Yeah,
bit here,
just-
just to bring the individual panels out.
Yeah.
This,
Dude, I was never really good at painting ships and vehicles. I'd much rather prefer painting characters and people.
oh, look, George is back. Great.
Hey,
He's back judging me again.
he's gone to see. He's checking that we've not wrecked the stream.
He's taken 2 seconds out of his busy life to pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah. We'll not get a word in edgeways now.
Well, no, see, you know what the beauty of it is? From this side, we can mute his Twitch account.
I ain't that brave.
It's a long way away.
Yeah. And he's coming back one day.
Yeah, but you can move by then. I think Mexico's nice this time of year.
Yeah, there's careful your head's in the way. That's it. Yeah, having to paint at a bit of a distance is. I'm as blind as a bat. I have to. Do you know what? I actually have to take my glasses off now to paint.
And it's like
I've almost got to the stage where I need. Is it bifocals or varifocals? Oh. Really
what, the ones that are like an inch thick?
No. The ones where you've got where when you're looking down, you get a different magnification to when you're looking straight at.
Oh, right, like librarian glasses.
I hope not like that. At the moment, I'll make do with taking my glasses off. I just can't see anything else. I can see perfectly well without my glasses on for close-ups, but yeah, it's got to that stage, and yeah.
My head's still in the way. There is no comfortable place to sit while you're streaming. I do definitely feel George's pain now.
Yeah, it's. You need a good chair. My chair at home's not a good chair.
This chair breaks every once in a while.
Oh, close-ups. I'm okay. It's just when I put with my glasses, it's when I got my glasses on, I can't focus close up anymore. I'm always better off taking my glasses off to read a book as well now. So I was told by the optician that this was coming. Yeah, I think that's what I need, Rich, but I don't want to get them. Probably should, but
Rich has got this wicked pair of like bionic commando glasses.
yeah,
They just make the world look so much nicer.
yeah.
You should try those. They were for like dampening out light, certain colours of light. It was just so cool looking around with them.
Oh yeah, I'm tired.
We're keeping you awake.
Yeah, just about. I've actually slept all right the last couple of nights. Although last night wasn't great. The weekend was good for the first time in months.
I feel like I do everything in my power not to go to sleep.
Yeah, I know when you get older you don't need as much sleep. You know.
Wait, what?
As you get older, you don't need as much sleep.
What?
So like kiddies, you know, sort of children need certainly probably like 10 hours of sleep. What sleep? Yeah, that's a good question, Lee. Because I used to sleep like a log when I was younger. Nowadays, not a chance. It's they don't tell you about this when you're at school, but so kids need about 10 hours of sleep. I reckon I'm making do with probably 5 at the moment, if that.
What are you doing with your time, Kev? How have you spent lockdown?
Yeah, who's that? Commander X. Yeah, 5 hours. Yeah, that's about all I can sleep nowadays. Commander X. It's
I'm looking forward to the not getting tired.
not getting tired.
When I've only had 4 hours sleep. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, from what I remember, my friends all did psychology at uni. Yeah, exactly. You know, you sleep in like 4-hour cycles, so 4 hours is better than 6.
I thought it was like 45 minutes.
No.
One sleep cycle is 45 minutes.
No,
if you time everything to be 45 minutes, it's sweet.
40. No, there's certain because you what you don't want to do is wake up in the middle of like deep sleep.
Yeah.
You know, so I know it varies from person to person, but I'm fairly sure sleep cycles in the region of 4 hours. So you know, somewhere between like 3.5 to 4. So 7 hours or 8 hours is good. 4, you know, less than that is not good. I don't know. I'm just.
What time do you go to bed?
At the moment,
Yeah.
probably about 11.
What time do you wake up?
If I don't need the toilet, this is the next problem. I used to be able to go to the toilet before bed, not need it till the next day. Now you go to the toilet at 11 o'clock, probably by 2:30, I'm getting up to go to the toilet again. We've gone a bit lavatorial on the stream. I do apologise. Yeah, and so that doesn't help either. But it was quite warm last night, if I remember rightly. It's like, yeah. Well, I normally in a normal world where there's no coronavirus, I normally have to go to bed by 10. Not that I'll be asleep for all of it, but then I have to get up at 5:30 to get ready for work. So.
How far is work from your house?
It's only 15 minutes at 6:30 in the morning, but I go early so I can get all my jobs done.
What? How can you do your jobs if there's no kids?
Oh, because preparing for lessons and getting things copied and getting things set up, getting equipment out, just basically getting ready for the day.
Isn't that what you've got the first class of children for?
No. And I'd rather do my work while I'm fresh, mark some books. I'd rather do that while I'm fresh than try and do it at the end of the day when I'm exhausted.
I had a bit of a mad one when I came home from work yesterday. I came home from work yesterday and I was just like so ridiculously full of energy that like I cooked dinner, I trained for a bit, I went for a walk. I just couldn't stay still. It was really weird.
I need the gyms to open again.
Well, but you can run down the road.
I know you can, but I was in a how can I say a routine of going to the gym. And I go 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not very good without. I know you don't need it, but I kind of do because that's when I exercise, and I do miss that. Put on so much weight through inactivity.
I've started like challenging myself at work.
Who's gym?
I push one. I push one cage when it's full. Normally, and it's quite heavy. So now I've started strapping them together, and I'm up to 4 cages around the shop. Oh, there's the chair again.
Yeah. It's also good to keep busy. I remember when there was a time when I had one of these. Work health insurance was with
Vitality.
Vitality.
Right,
I had a thing to measure how many steps you took.
Mm-hmm.
So if my steps weren't up to it, I'd go for a walk each evening to get them
Yeah.
over. Was it over 12,000?
That's it. Well,
And I was walking every evening, and
one of the guys I used to play football with, his work had this Vitality contract, and he was like, if I wear my smartwatch while we play football, it gets me free cinema tickets.
yeah.
So he was like, yeah.
Well, we had to do something. If you got so many, if you were over a certain amount,
yeah,
you got various rewards at the end of the year. You got money, if I remember rightly, something like that. Anyway, and so that was quite good encouragement. But unfortunately, work stopped using that scheme.
But you'll get another scheme. It'll be what is it? Cycle to work next. So I'm just.
Oh, we can. Yeah, there's various things like that.
Like
yeah.
they give you a free bike.
There is I don't know if it's just. There is a cycle to work scheme where basically work buys your bike.
That's it. Yeah, and then
you pay work back.
Yep. There was a bloke outside the co-op the other day flexing his $4,000 bike.
Yeah,
it's got an electric motor in it, and
for $4,000 you might as well buy a flipping.
Well, I was looking at it.
Buy a second-hand car for that one.
And I was just like, "Is that better than a car?" Then and he was like, "I mean, it's different from a car," and I was like, "Okay."
Well, yeah, he's spot on there. It is different to a car.
What's cool about it? Does it charge itself for its own kinetic energy? You know. Is it next level Iron Man? He's like, nah, it's got a Yamaha motor. It just looks like somebody's put a lawnmower engine like mounted
I would
sideways.
definitely need a motor on it if I was spending $4,000 on a bicycle.
Yeah, but just buy a moped for $2,000 and then use the other $2,000
then you got
for something to do. Yeah.
That would be. I don't know. I used to enjoy cycling, but seeing the states of the roads at the moment and the people who are driving on them.
Cyclists that are on them.
Well, yeah. But I used to go when I used to live at home with my parents before I bought my house. You know, if it was the holidays, I'd cycle every day. I'd go out for like an hour and a half, 2 hours every day cycling, and I was quite fit at the time.
What would you do? Like cycle down the canal paths?
Oh no, I'd just go on roads, just sort of cycle all around Derby, and I used to go on some massive journeys, but it's just the roads just got too scary to cycle on. You know, too many people who weren't paying attention, and
it's just too many cars these days.
Those were the days before you had to wear a helmet.
Those were the days when the government didn't make you protect yourself.
Yeah, crikey.
Love those days.
Do you know what, Rich? I've been out in my car today because I nipped to work to do some prep for a lesson I'm teaching next week. Oh, and some of the drivers. I think they've had 3 months off and not driven the car, and then all of a sudden there's plenty of wallies back on the road again.
I actually find it's the truck drivers that have been acting mad erratic at the moment. Because it seems like they're like, nobody else is on the road. You know what, this calls for 80 mile an hour trucking. And they just come flying through the village, and you're like, that wouldn't stop for anyone or anything.
Yeah, Wellington's a funny place, isn't it, for the number of trucks that you get through it? Because you're not far from the A50, and that doesn't surprise me, Rich. It doesn't surprise me at all. I had somebody nearly reverse into me today on the way into work. They just did not. We were just driving along, and they stopped in the middle of the road. So I'm slowed down as I'm coming up to them, and then they just started reversing at me without even checking the mirror. Yeah, so I had to slam the car into reverse, hit my horn. You know, it's just yeah. How they didn't crash it, that would have been a good one on the flipping insurance form, wouldn't it?
What happened? Well, they just reversed into
They were driving along and they missed a turning. There was like a are turning off the road
Right.
onto like a private driveway,
Yeah.
and they just basically jam the brakes on,
Yeah.
sat there as I'm like coming up to them, and then without looking, just reversed at me. Oh, it was just, oh, yeah. It was not. It's a good job my windows were wound up at the time.
What, are you gonna get out and fight people?
Well, I did turn the air blue inside the car a little bit. Yeah. Is your plan to put a wash over the top of this when you're done, Alex? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to dull it down a little bit again.
Mhm.
Nice.
Because the edges are like
Yeah.
bright.
Oh, it's warm in here, dude.
I know, man. There ain't like nothing I can do about
No.
that either. I'll sort something out for tomorrow.
It's cool. It's not. I mean, it's only an hour and a half or so tomorrow, isn't it? It's not too bad.
Depends how long you run away for.
Well, we at some point.
At some point, we need to make a list.
Yeah.
If it
I've
doesn't-
not. To be honest, dude, I've not written one either.
That's all right. 5 minute lists. That's
Yeah.
how X-wing should be
What
played. now.
I'll try and do is I'll bring the ships tomorrow for me.
Right. Cool.
Save you having to sort them out.
Oh yeah, but then they're not that pretty. Like, just pick spaceships that are in the cabinet. It'll be fine.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll have a think tonight.
If it's not in the cabinet, you can't bring it.
Okay.
I didn't just paint a Kimagila for no reason. Notice there's none in the cabinet.
Yeah, you see, George's collection has been withered down a little bit, hasn't it?
Withered. Been pillaged. There's nothing left.
Yeah. Yeah, there's. Dude, if I could, I'm not sure I would sell mine, but if I could. I don't know. I've got two. I actually need. This is why I need my man cave building. So
Yeah.
I've got somewhere to put stuff. I have too much stuff now. So. I'm thinking about Imperials, but
Well, you know that I'm probably going to
Well,
be
you're
doing
Scum,
Scum.
aren't you?
Yeah.
so I'm definitely not picking a scum list. Yeah. Afterburners Duchess, it's
Is he still going on about it? It's like,
whenever I fly those strikers though, they tend to die very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've only got to misplace it once. Double Desi. Guess who said that?
well, exactly. But Lee, the only problem with that is, Kev, have a look in those cabinets. How many
Yes, how many
decimators do you
decimators have
see
we
in
got?
there?
Yeah.
He just doesn't paint decimators, does he?
No. No.
There's a lot of ships he just refuses to paint.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you might.
I'll come up with something tomorrow. There's
5 CLT Jedi. How many Jedi do you see? We only got 2 Jedi. So,
yeah. Do you know what? I thought I'd misplaced my Plo Koon ship.
oh yeah, what the one from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd had a bit of a tidy up, and I found it in the end. It's the problem with when you tidy stuff up, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, so now I'm going to go back over and I'm going to wash all of the panel lines back in.
There's the stupid Sunny Bounder list.
Oh, yeah, yep. Kay did send me a Sunny Bounder list.
Yeah.
I might try Sunny Bounder just for Kay's own amusement. Maybe that's a point. Open up, you know, to use yet another squad builder, don't you, Kev?
Well, I've got launch bay, but on here. Oh yeah.
Where's the cursor?
Yeah, I have that problem on my computer. It's not just me.
Two screens it hides on between.
So
Let's go from there. All right, let's build a list. Sunny's amazing. Oh god, I'm gonna have Sunny Bounder in my list.
It's not that, is it? It's Yasby.
Point 2.0. Yeah.
I played Stephen Kim at Worlds. The guy that.
Yeah. I had a little chat with him for a bit. Very cool dude.
So what you thinking? Scum.
Scum. Yeah.
That's your list, and not me calling you Scum.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So you need Nim.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I don't even know if it does necessarily have to
life.
be Nim though.
Extended. It's extended
yeah.
format, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So you want a.
Thank you very much, Ulfric. That means a lot.
So you want the Kimagilia. There you go. We'll sort out which one in a second.
Yeah.
And then you want a Skurg.
Yeah.
Right. So two basic ones. You've still got 114 points to spend.
Oh, nice.
And you want Sunny Bounder?
Yeah, I guess we'll put in Sunny Bounder for them. What do you reckon I should put on Sunny Bounder?
Now, I don't know what Sunny Bounder.
Something to do with adding results. So
is he the same as last time? Is he? So while you defend or perform an attack, after you roll or re-roll your dice, if you have the same result on each dice, you may add one matching result.
Okay, Ion Cannon, right?
Ion Cannon, yeah. Nasty.
Do they have a title?
So-
What does the 6 title do? How many points is Sunny Bounder?
27.
Oh, right. Why?
So with an ion. Hang on. Where's the ion cannon? There we go.
That's what, 5 points?
6.
6, right.
I don't think you need anything else with him, do you?
Cool.
Right. So, which Kimagilia do you want?
What's their abilities? Read out their
So
abilities.
Dallin Oberos.
Yeah.
Oops. At the start of the engagement phase, you may choose one shielded ship in your bullseye and spend one charge. If you do, that ship loses one shield and you recover one shield.
It's quite situational. It means they got to have shields. Auto blaster rather than ion cannon.
But don't forget, while you perform an attack, if the defender's in your bullseye, defense dice can't be modified as well. So that would be like a double.
Yeah, but it means.
But yeah.
Like trying to get because he's what, pilot skill 4, right?
Oberos is 3.
3. Okay. Pilot skill 3 bullseye. Yeah.
Who's initiative 4.
Yeah.
So after you perform an attack, each enemy ship in your bullseye suffers 1 damage unless it removes 1 green token. So if it had no tokens, it would take a damage now, I would imagine.
Right, cool.
Because it hasn't removed a green token.
So let's go with that.
So you're going with Tirani.
Yeah.
Right. What would you like to put on Tirani?
What slots has it got?
Loads.
Right.
Talent, missile, illicit, torpedo, astromech, modification.
Right. What's its linked? Has it got any linked actions?
Linked actions, no.
Right.
You've got focus, lock, reload, barrel roll.
Is barrel roll red?
Barrel roll is red, so expert handling would add a white barrel roll.
Right. That's interesting.
But you're only doing a barrel roll, so contraband cybernetics I think is a really good choice, Commander X.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite upgrades for 2 points on scum ships.
Did you change Sunny to have
auto blaster rather than ion cannon? Yeah, we can do that.
Really though? Do you think that's a better choice? Because surely just the fact it has an ion cannon means it's got to die.
If the defender's in your bullseye, you roll 1 additional die. I think there's less chance of you getting. The more dice you roll, surely the less chances of getting them all the same.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got to be in the bullseye. I don't know. I quite like the ion cannon.
But I think the ion cannon might actually be stronger.
Right.
Right.
Which Skurg do you want? Nim.
Nim.
It might not be Nim. Yeah, it's Nim.
It's Nim. Yeah. Well, because I was like, oh, I could do some, cool things with Soul 6.
Yes.
But no. It's not.
Sorry. So you want some bombs, I would imagine, do you?
No. What's this? Yeah, of course I do.
What do you want? Bomblet generator?
No, because it's nowhere near as good as it used
Is it
to
not?
be.
I've got no idea.
No, it does.
Don't really play with bombs.
It's something like spend a shield to get a charge
Right. Yeah.
back, so you can have as many bombs as
Yeah.
you have shields, but
Yes.
it costs you.
You can
two
spend
shields.
one shield to get 2 charges back.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not as good, which is good.
Cheers.
Trad Sim Nim, yes, I don't miss that, Lee.
That's a good point. Can you stick Trad Sim on him? Can you have Trad Sim?
Right, now, there used to be a way of doing this. Put the title on. That gets you a sensor.
Right.
So you can have Trad Sim.
Cool. Stick that on.
Right, so you now can't take any crew.
It's alright. Didn't
You
want any
can't
anyway.
take a gunner. Or it says no gunner. Oh, it just says no gunner upgrade. No, you just can't take crew now.
Right. Okay.
So you can still take a gunner by the look of it.
Cool. Do I need a gunner? No. Yeah. Of course I do. Skill bombardier.
Yeah. Right, so crikey, yeah, here we go again. Yep, right. What payload would you like?
What we got?
Size? Well, I'm guessing we're going for seismic and protons, but
No, because I think ion bombs exist now.
they do. But have we got any?
Are they not just bomb tokens?
Probably, but unless you've got the card, I'm not playing against them.
Come off it. Why would you hate on ion bombs
Yeah,
like that?
I wonder why.
Alright, cool.
So seismic and proton,
Nah, man. Proximity mines.
prox mines.
Yeah.
You can't launch them though.
Don't need to.
So what do you want? Seismics and prox mines.
Yes, please.
Okay. You have got 50 points left.
Okay. The Kimagiller's got nothing. Right.
It's just got contraband at the moment, so you're probably going to want some sort of a missile or torpedo, I would have thought.
Or like an EPT. Like Predator.
Yep. Predator's a good one, because it's bullseye as well.
Yep.
You've got either torpedo, missile, astromech, or modification.
Astromech. Can I put like an R4 on it to make its dart better? What's its dart like?
Right. No, you can't put R4 on because
Is that rebel only?
it's small ship only.
Ah, this is a medium ship.
Yep.
That's awful.
R3, take 2 locks. R5, so you can spend to repair cards.
Alright.
R5 P8, so while you perform an attack against the defender in your firing arc, if you spend 1 charge, you can reroll 1 die. If the reroll result is a crit, suffer 1 crit.
That sounds reasonable. How many points is that?
3.
Yeah, Fred on.
That's a horrible one, isn't it?
That's a free reroll, man.
It is a free reroll. Just
I'm never gonna roll a crit. It'll be fine.
So things that you could add as a modification.
Fuses. Do I need to add fuses? I've got Nim. I guess I could hold 2 bombs then.
In fact, you could put fuses because that's.
It's a modification, isn't it?
It is. I thought it was anyway.
Yeah.
Where are we looking?
Oh, right. No, that's munitions failsafe. Delay fuses.
Do you think fuses though?
It's not a bad one, is it? Because you can stop.
I guess it's a point.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. So you've got 43 to go.
So let's give Nim a turret.
Yeah. Turret upgrade,
Ion cannon.
of course.
Yeah, nice. Ooh. Okay.
So you only got an astromech or
I've got. But do
I need a... Oh, Genius. Obviously.
Scum.
Obviously.
Yeah, absolute scum.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not coming tomorrow now.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brilliant. Yeah, bombs out of the system phase. It's just what we want.
What PS is Sunny Bounder?
1.
Wicked. What's the lowest PS6? Sick, the next one.
So you want another 6?
Another sick, yeah, but the most basic of basic ones.
M38 Interceptor. The Cartel Spacers 1.
Perfect.
It gives you've got an 11-point bid at the moment.
Give it now, Cannon.
Sod.
Wait, is there some juicier ones? Read me out what some of the other pilots do.
Yeah, so I don't even know.
I'm looking at a Nim Emon Sunny list. Nice. R2 Astromech on Nim. No, Genius is so much better than R2. Genius makes him so scary.
So there's G4R Gore VM. I've never heard of that one. After you defend, this must be in one of those new packs.
Right.
After you defend, each other ship at range 0 suffers 1 crit. So basically, you bump into things, people shoot at you, and then ships take crits.
Okay, that's quite.
Which is
scary.
good if it's your opponent's ships that you've bumped into.
Yeah. What PS is it?
0.
How does PS0 work,
Kev? I'm guessing you go after 1.
Well, what before 1, right?
Or move before 1, yes.
Yeah, but like.
Oh, I've never seen.
I've never seen a PS0.
That's got to be
before,
an April Fools.
It's something weird.
Tansari Point Veteran,
That's
which is
just
3,
a regular
which
one.
is
Yeah.
in Uldra. So while you defend a perform an attack, you may suffer 1 damage to re-roll your dice. You ain't got much to begin with, so that's silly. Leighton, after you defend or perform an attack, if the attack missed, gain and evade. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll go with that. Yeah,
that's
got an eye on
200 exactly.
That too. Nice, perfect.
Yeah.
We'll use that.
I'll leave that on the screen for you.
Cheers. What do you reckon, Kev?
Yeah, that's horrible. I'm bringing 4 Phantoms with Duke.
Cool, man. I don't think you can do that though.
Oh, I'm sure I can.
Isn't that illegal?
Illegal? Right. It's probably too many points.
Cool. How long have we got left, Kev?
Minus 2 minutes. It's just gone 9 o'clock.
Oh, Jesus. Right. Okay. Well, I didn't paint a Kimagilla in a single stream.
Do you want to go to full stream?
Sure. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna give up that.
Hello.
Cool. That was emotional, wasn't it?
It was 2 hours has flown by.
I now have a list I'm gonna run tomorrow. I'm gonna finish painting this Kimagilla probably all night tonight.
Surely, you work tomorrow?
I am. Yeah. I'm in 9-2 tomorrow.
9-2. So you've got a bit of time in when you come back.
Yeah. I got a bit of time.
But, yeah.
It'll be painted.
Yeah,
Trust me.
cool.
Don't worry about it. Am I resting it next week? Yeah. So next week it's just going to be Tuesday because I've been called into work on Monday. But
thank you, Commander X.
Yeah. I guess I'll be in front of the camera tomorrow.
Well, we don't want to put people off by me being in front of the camera. That's for sure.
But yeah, tune in tomorrow for whatever game we play.
Cheers, Paul.
Thank you for sticking around. Can I do one for Monday if you're down? Yeah, definitely, of course, Lee. That's good. Do a Monday stream. It's better you do a Monday stream. People need to see.
That's probably good as well because next Monday I'm teaching and I don't know if I'm going to be up for.
Oh, I'm at work.
So it probably works out for the best.
Next Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Next week Tuesday.
Tuesday should be fine. Yeah.
Sweet. We'll have a game next week Tuesday.
Yeah.
Perfect. Other than that, everybody take care, stay safe. Don't all just decide to go to Primark and stand in a line overnight. Nobody thinks that's cool.
Yeah. Cheerio and one love.
See you soon. One love.